ask yourself, what does this little crescent moon mean? What is the significance of it? Well, I'm here to tell you, Miss Pavlova's a werewolf!
Daring the full moon when...
I watched the classic
arises.
Wolfman movie last night, and
That's true.
I mean, like, it wasn't good, but it was fun to watch.
That's fair.
And observe, find the answer with your own eyes.
Will you spin me right
Right round, baby, right round.
Her ear.
She has such petite ears among that beautiful hair, like little pink shells.
Oh, what's that?
I like to think they're having this conversation like right as they're like right up close to her ear. Like they're just like, what is this? She has such cute petite little ears. Like
There's something dangling down from her ear.
yes, that's an earring. Wait, look. It's a crescent moon. She is a werewolf.
Ah, she is. There could be no doubt about it now, surely. All right.
Yes!
Your
And she's
left
just like
ear.
standing there, just like trembling, like, oh god.
Could you guys please move? Miss Pavlova, on your ear there. I see you have a crescent moon as well. Ah! What? I love how he turns. I love how he turns. Bro is
That's so
flabbergasted.
good. He's like, huh?
What? I just spit all over my screen. And on your other ear, there seems to be a crescent moon missing. The link holding it on must have broken, I suppose.
Now, the missing crescent moon is found in the victim's clenched fist. Clearly, there is only one logical conclusion. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Naruhodo?
Yes. Let's get to the bottom of this, Miss Pavlova. Mr. Asagi must have grasped that crescent moon and pulled it from your ear. Perhaps just moments before he fell to the floor. In other words, last night in Mr. Asagi's cabin, you witnessed the moment when the victim fell with your own eyes. In fact, you were quite literally at arm's length from him. But then the question is, why did Mr. Asagi do that? Like, what's his deal?
Why did he do that?
Like, why would he do that? He wouldn't usually
Like, why
do
would he
that.
grab your ear? Like, that's crazy.
He's usually a pretty respectful guy. It feels
Yeah,
weird.
like, he always asks consent before he pulls my hair.
He always does. He's so nice like that. He's so nice like that. Why did he pull your earring from your ear and hold it in his clenched fist during his final moments? Oh, no. Angel. No one can protect you now. Pulls out a gun. Please, Miss Pavlova, tell us the truth. Last night, what did you do to Kazuma?
Oh, no.
When I think about everything that happened yesterday, it was too much. Running away, the fishing boat in the middle of the night, trying to climb onto this huge ship. And then, when I was at last in this cabin and I could relax after this horrible long day. Darka, wait! I couldn't believe it when she disappeared through the ventilator. I tried to call her with a whistle. I tried waving her favorite toy, but nothing worked. Darka will not come back.
I really do feel bad for her.
I do too. Knock knock.
Who is this?
I think this is Kazuma.
Oh, what are you doing here at this time of night, Inspector?
Always here.
I miss him. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was a friend of mine.
Oh, Hosonaga. The young man from your country, he was very polite and kind. He helped me to find Darka, and he promised not to tell anyone. But then, when I had my friends in my arms again, and I was going to leave the man's cabin... This is Cosmo.
Just a moment. Sorry, but
Oh, yes.
I'm sure I know your face. I've seen you somewhere before.
Ah,
Of course! You're Nikolina Pavlova, aren't you? The Russian ballerina.
huh? No, I don't know that name. My heart nearly stopped when he said that. He knew who I was. How could this man from a land in the faraway east know a Russian ballerina?
Yes, I saw your performance in Japan. The beauty of the ballet made a deep impression on me. But what are you doing on this ship? I'm sure I read that your ballet company was performing in Shanghai at the moment.
I can't fool him. I have to tell him the truth and hope he doesn't tell anyone. I have no other choice.
Yes, you do! I see. So you've run away. Oh, I thought she said, I have no other choice, I need to murder him. I thought that's what she meant.
No other choice but to tell him.
Okay, okay, good.
I have no other choice.
I was...
Please keep my secret. Don't tell anyone.
Give me a moment. I could use another opinion here.
He's going to pull that cord. He's going to tell the captain. Why did I think I could trust him?
Oh.
Then it happened. Everything at once.
But he was actually looking at the wardrobe. He wanted to get Ryunosuke.
It was only a second, but it felt like forever. Wait! I shouted. And then Darka jumped out of my arms and down to the young man's feet. And as he turned around to look at me,
Oh my god.
I pushed him.
Oh!
I don't even know why. I don't know why I did it. I was just so scared. And I had to stop him from telling anyone about me. And that's when you went to fetch help? From Seaman Stroganov, who was on duty out in the passageway.
I heard Nina cry out and thud on the floor, so I ran to her. She was standing at cabin door, shaking like leaf. She looked at me and said,
Help me, Beef. If they find out, I will be... Please, I have nowhere to go. So you decided to help. And that's when you arranged things in Cosmo's cabin to make it look like I did it. So that no one would suspect the passenger in the cabin next door.
Yes. I went to the cabin and I looked around to make sure there was nothing to show Nina was there. And then I found a stowaway in wardrobe, still sleeping.
Right. That's when he found me.
So you worked out a plan to lay the blame on the stowaway.
I closed wardrobe doors and put back strange paper sign.
Luckily for me, that's the only reason Susato-san started to believe me when I said I was innocent.
I dragged the young man's body to good place, and used ink that was spilling to write on floor. I wrote, wardrobe, so that person who found them would look inside wardrobe to find stowaway.
And tell me, what of the glass bell?
It was by my feet, so I picked it up. Sorry, I skipped your line, hold on.
And he's probably just like, I see.
Yeah. But it was dark in the cabin. I didn't notice the other half.
Then Angel went back to her cabin, and I finished the job.
By pressing the emergency alarm button in the passageway.
Yes.
Accordingly, the SS Bureau did indeed come to an emergency halt at a little after 2 a.m., thus enticing the bolt on the cabin door to slide shut, creating the locked room mystery. This is so sad. She thought that he was gonna tell on her, but he was just gonna ask Ryunosuke for a second opinion because they're besties. No.
There's still one thing I don't understand, Miss Pavlova. What? Well, you said that you told Kazuma about the fact that you'd run away from your homeland. And it's because you were worried he was going to tell the captain that you pushed him. Isn't that right? Yes. But even if he had pulled the bell cord and called for the captain of the ship, aren't you friends with every member of the crew? Why would that have been a problem? It was what he said first that made me scared. What he said first?
What are you doing here at this time of night, Inspector? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was a friend of mine.
He said an inspector was his friend. Ah, yes, meaning me. Who was supposed to be acting as his bodyguard. I thought that if police know about me, they would arrest me. So before he could pull the bell cord, I...
May I stop you a moment? Please, Miss Pavlova? It just doesn't seem to make sense. I mean, was Mr. Asuki really going to bell the pull cord? Great. Good job, Susato. Was Mr.
What? I think you mixed your words up.
I'm having a stroke. What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo?
I think she's having a stroke. Well, I'm not Kazuma, so I can't know for certain, but he was a man of his word. If he told you he wouldn't give your secret away, then he wouldn't have done. No! He was walking over to it. He was going to pull the cord. He was going to make them send me back.
Well, Mr. Naruhodo, the day's work is not done yet, it seems. There's one more deduction to make. Ah!
What? Another deduction?
Yes. What action was the victim really about to take at that moment?
He was gonna come kiss his boyfriend.
Oh, this music!
Can we determine whether the young man's gaze was connected? First, consider the victim's location within his cabin.
That's easy. I remember every detail of that room. I mean, yes, I spent quite a lot of time in the wardrobe, but still. That cabin has been my home for this entire voyage.
So this is how the cabin looked last night when Miss Pavlova visited Kazuma-sama?
Yes, it's exactly how it was.
Are you ready then, Mr. Naruhodo?
Yes. If there's one thing I've learned today, it's that a simple gaze can reveal all manner of truths. And not only that, in order to draw the right conclusion, you can't afford to be out by even a little bit when you're following the gaze to where it lands. So, when he turned away from Miss Pavlova, what exactly was Kazuma looking at?
Take that!
I am so sad.
Considering everything that had happened last night, certainly it may have looked as though Kazuma was going to ring the bell cord.
Yes, however, what is directly beside the bell cord? The wardrobe.
The wardrobe?
And more importantly, what was inside the wardrobe? The man's great friend, sleeping soundly.
Miss Pavlova, please think back very carefully. What were Mr. Asugi's exact words last night?
Give me a moment. I could use another opinion here.
Another opinion?
Yes, but not from a member of the crew. No, Mr. Asugi intended to consult his close friend on the matter. To see if between them they might be able to help in some way, no doubt.
Oh no!
Oh!
Sadly, we can't know the truth for certain now. It's too late for that. But I wish you had made sure of what Mr. Asugi was looking at. Things may have ended very differently if you had.
Miss Pavlova? I want to thank you for finally admitting the truth. But, unfortunately, the truth is, a man lost his life because of what you did. And that will never change. I hope you'll never forget that. I'm sorry.
Oh!
Really, I'm so sorry.
Oh!
What have I done? And so, at long last, the mystery surrounding the tragic accident on the SS Buria was finally laid to rest. Oh boy!
No!
What a tragic tale of the SS Buria.
Well, hold on! At the beginning of this case, there was a whole thing of like, there's a venomous snake, it's called the speckled banner. What was that about?
That was about the, well, because Kazuma said in his diary that there was like a thing from the wardrobe, or the vent
Right.
that was like...
Right, but there was...
And it was the toy, but...
But there was like two people at the very, very beginning that were like, there's a super venomous snake, and it's like super dangerous.
I don't think there was. I think that was maybe just Sholmes being idiot.
What? Oh, whatever. I'm sad. This is...
Yeah, it's that type of game. Oh my god. What will happen to Miss Pavlova now, then? Once we reach Great Britain, she'll be handed over to the British police at Scotland Yard. And what about the fact that she ran away from Russia? Won't the Russians try to repatriate her? Apparently, the English detective can speak to the immigration office and sort all that out. Mr. Sholmes can do that? So she won't be going back to Russia, then? No, I don't think so.
Oh, he got his
Even-
glasses fixed.
Yes! He went to the fucking eye doctor on board. Even if she wanted to return in the future, I doubt she would be able to. She ran away, so now she's in exile for life. I
Damn.
see.
I'm sorry.
Seaman Stroganoff?
I wanted to help our angel, no matter what. But I didn't think about you. About how you lost a good friend. I will go with Nina. I will give myself to British police.
Oh.
That's kind of you. In the meantime, thank you for letting me go free again.
Sholmes comes in
Cosimus-
and is like, hey, I'm gonna put these back on you just for fun.
But wait a moment! Cosima's death feels like such a waste. But well, do what you can for Miss Pavlova, won't you?
Da.
Well, I'm afraid you need to pack now. We're due to arrive in Hong Kong tomorrow. As much as it pains me, I'm going to have to hand you over to the consul to arrange your passage back to Japan.
What the fuck?
Yes. I did stow away after all. I couldn't really expect any different. So, you should get back to your cabin now. Sky, how are we doing on time?
It's, we're a little over 20 minutes, but I feel like we should, finish this, like,
I agree.
we should keep going for a little.
It looks like my study tour to Great Britain is over before it even begun then. To think that only days ago, Cosima and I were laughing together about how we'd tear up the streets of London. That seems like a distant memory now. Oh. What's that? Is it someone weeping? Susato-san?
Naruhodo-san, I didn't know you had returned.
Oh, well, I haven't been back long. Inspector Naga just told me I should pack. You know, ready to leave the ship tomorrow and all that.
I still can't believe this has happened. Can't believe someone's life can be over just like that.
Susato-san.
He had such great ideas for this visit to Great Britain. So many dreams. And now they've been cruelly taken away, just as he has. I thought I could never forgive the person responsible. But now we know the truth. That was just an accident. Just a silly series of mishaps. It's too much, Naruhodo-san. It's just too much.
Yes, I know. If this is Sholmes, this has to be Sholmes.
Oh my god. I wish there was something I could say.
Oh, no, it's Hosonaga!
It's Hosonaga.
My duty was to see Asagi-san safely to Great Britain, but I failed,
and caused his two closest friends great pain and suffering as a result. I've let everyone down, and I will do anything to make up for my terrible blunder.
Hope someone got fired for that blunder.
No. Jesus. Nobody blames you, Inspector. And I'm free again now. At the. Huh?
I knew it! Surprise, Mr. Naruhodo.
The goggles! What? What is the meaning of this?
Oh, a trifling matter. Simply that in my head, I think I shall always picture you wearing those shackles. A little kinky. About them, the balance seems all wrong. It's distracting.
Sorry?
So I decided to restore them, for old time's sake, shall we say. You are a stowaway, after all.
He thinks this funny?
I know we just solved the mystery of your friend's murder or whatever, but I'm gonna play a little prank on you.
It wasn't a murder, it was just an accident, but it was funny.
Mr. Sholmes. We do appreciate all your assistance.
We do?
I mean,
I'd like to thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Not at all, not at all. And though it's a little late, may I offer my sincere condolences. The loss of your companion is truly heart-rending. I hope that you will be able to fulfill some of his aspirations in his honor.
I'm afraid that won't be possible. We shall be disembarking at the next port, in Hong Kong. We have to return to Japan and make a full report about everything that's happened. What? Wait a minute, it's just me that has to go back, isn't it? I mean, I was a stowaway. The terms of this study tour were negotiated by the Department of Justice in both Great Britain and Japan. It was to be one lawyer and one assistant. Was to be. In the light of Mr. Asagi's unfortunate death, I am afraid the study tour can no longer go ahead. Oh no. I don't care for me, but... Poor Sasato-san. Oh?
My dear fellows, the majority of problems have an extremely simple solution, you know.
The camera's gonna turn and it's Biff Stroganoff.
All you require is one lawyer, and the study tour can continue, surely.
But there's no one else with the necessary qualifications, Mr. Sholmes. We know of no other lawyer.
Me!
Qualifications, you say? Any qualifications obtained in your own country will be of little value in Great Britain, I'm afraid.
Oh, but...
But anyway, the voyage to London still promises a good month of time. Ample opportunity, I would say, to find yourselves another suitable lawyer. On the boat?
Yes.
Mrs. Sato?
Yes?
Do you think, perhaps, I might be able to do it?
Huh?
But you're not a lawyer, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, unless... Are you studying law? No, I'm not, but... I'm sorry. In that case, I don't think there's even a chance it could work.
But as I said, there is still more than a month before we reach England's shores. Isn't that right, Mr. Naruhodo?
Yes, I have a month in which to study, to learn what I must to become a lawyer in Great Britain.
Mr. Naruhodo.
That's ridiculous! Are you seriously suggesting anybody could learn all of that in just 40 days? There's only one way to find out! I would work my fingers to the bone, Inspector, every single day. Will you let me try? And if, by the time we reach Great Britain, I haven't learned enough to be recognized as a lawyer, I'll take whatever punishment is deemed appropriate. But why put yourself in such a difficult position? For Kazuma. He said that there was something he had to do in Great Britain, and that he would sacrifice anything to make it happen. He was passionate about it. I couldn't let all that passion just come to nothing. And anyway, it's for my own benefit, too. I will become a lawyer. I have to. What do you say, Miss Sasato?
I think it's a wonderful idea.
Thank you.
So, what does our bespectacled inspector friend say?
Are you serious?
One lawyer and one assistant. The numbers are indisputable.
No, 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 no! No, it's madness!
Yet fascinating, wouldn't you agree?
Fascinating?
Duty and rules are the dull routine of existence that we all harbor. Give us interest! Give us fascination!
Speak for yourself!
Besides, qualifications are no measure of a man. What matters is his character, no? And you've witnessed ample evidence of this man's exemplary character today with your own eyes. From the early hours of this morning until this very moment now. Despite contending with the passing of his close companion, and despite the accusation of guilt, this man has shown resourcefulness, intelligence, and above all, courage.
Very well. I'll think of a clever way to word my report to the Department of Justice. Inspector! After all, I did just make a promise, didn't I? I said that I'd do anything at all to make up for my shortcomings here.
Oh, thank you, Inspector.
If you'll excuse me, I must pay a visit to the captain's quarters, I think. I need to discuss what to do next, and how best to make my report.
This is gonna be our longest video.
It is, I know, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Are you really prepared to attempt this, Mr. Naruhodo?
Yes, I'm going to try. I wonder, would you consider teaching me what I have to know? Everything about being a lawyer?
I would be delighted to help you. I am a judicial assistant after all.
Thank you.
And, Mr. Naruhodo, I'd like you to take charge of this.
What? Me? Are you sure?
I'm just a lady, so I'm not allowed to have weapons.
This won't get through TSA.
I'm sure it's what Kazuma-sama would have wanted. Its name is Karuma. It's a great sword that's been in the Yasugi clan for generations. And since you guys were practically married already, I think you should have it.
Very well, Susato. I accept. I'll treasure it always. So then, Miss Susato,
It seems we'll be working together for some time to come yet.
It will be an honor, Mr. Naruhodo-san. I said Mr. Naruhodo-san, even though it was just
That's okay.
Mr. Naruhodo.
It's kind of redundant, but oh well.
Yeah, it's like saying Mr. Naruhodo. And for the next 40 days, I shan't grant you a single minute of freedom. Oh my god, she's so cute! We shall fill every spare moment with study.
Yes! That's exactly what I need!
But before we begin, I have an earnest favor to ask of you two.
Goodness, what is it?
Please throw me to the ground. 3 times!
What?
I should never have doubted you. You were Cosmo-sama's closest friend. Of course, you would never have done anything to hurt him. That should have been obvious to me from the start. But I always allowed suspicion to get the better of me. No matter how upset I was feeling, it was completely unforgivable behavior.
No, you were in shock. You just found out about me stowing away, and the cabin...
No! I won't let you make excuses for me! Whatever the circumstances, I should never have thrown you! Not just once, but 5 times!
That number keeps creeping up, doesn't it?
Please, you must! Just take hold of me and throw me! Do it! Don't even think about it!
No! I don't even know how! I've never thrown anyone in my life!
Very wise, Mr. Naruhodo. It isn't a skill one acquires without considerable training.
Oh, Mr. Sholmes.
I observed your throwing technique several times with great interest. I confess I was almost impressed. Or I was most impressed, not almost impressed. I was impressed. I was.
Step up your game! When did he see that?
I see everything.
I presume that would be a form of Japanese wrestling.
Oh, well, in a way. It's not wrestling, but my own interpretation of an ancient jujitsu technique.
Apparently it's called the Susato Takedown. It leaves your head swimming, believe me.
How beguiling. I am a practitioner of the combatant arts myself. I am somewhat accomplished boxer! Discombobulate!
There he goes! Dancing around again.
Discombobulate. Do you know? Yeah.
No, I don't know what you're referencing.
You don't? Oh, it's so funny.
No.
I wonder if you'd be so kind as to instruct me on the technique of your resting throw.
Yes! I'd be honored!
Then let us not dally. Demonstrate, my dear madam.
Oh, of course!
Uh-oh.
Are you ready, Mr. Naruhodo?
Sorry?
As you can see, you can throw from the abdomen.
Oh yes, arresting indeed. And that is what you term the Susato takedown, is it?
Actually, no. That was a Susato squash.
I love them.
They're so fun.
In my groggy state of consciousness, a scene from an evening recently spent with Cosmo filtered into my mind. Karuma?
That's a long ass sword.
It's like Sephiroth. I
Oh,
think the camera's
God.
just moving really slow.
But it looks like it goes on forever.
It does.
That's right. It's a prized sword that's been passed down through generations of the Yasugi clan.
I can't believe you managed to get permission to bring it with you. I mean, taking a katana on a study tour is more than a bit irregular, surely.
A Japanese man's sword is his soul for Ryunosuke. I can't be parted from my katana. Karuma guides me. I truly believe that.
So its name compels its wielder to slice evil in two. Not that you would need much compelling.
On that subject, there's something very important that I have to do in Great Britain. And I'll sacrifice anything to make it happen. I'd appreciate you seeing it through with me.
Of course I will. Whatever it is, I'll see it through to the end with you.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
That important thing he had to do, I still don't know what it was. But I'm going to see the place for myself and work it out. In Great Britain's capital, London. And there it is!
Oh my god.
Wow.
We got there. We got there eventually.
We did it. The final piece of the puzzle.
Oh, makes me so sad.
It's a very tragic. It's a very tragic case.
It's almost even more upsetting that it was like,
An accident?
yeah, and like it was like, cause in the first Ace Attorney series, Mia dies because someone's like doing like a whole revenge plot or whatever. Cosmo was just
true.
an accident. It was a misunderstanding.
He was just an unfortunate soul.
Man.
Well, maybe we'll meet more unfortunate souls next time on Shuttle Joke. Goodbye, everybody.
No.